All right, it's the midweek edition of TVC Breakfast. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I am Veronica Dan Ipoy. And as usual, I have Kemi Folademo joining me this morning. Kemi, good morning.
Good morning, Veronica.
It's good to see you again.
Good to be here again.
Right. We have an array of issues we will be looking at this morning. We're looking at Chicago State University,
Right.
putting forward the president's results and the fact that we've been getting divergent reactions. And then we also have the matter of the compressed natural gas buses that the president spoke about in his address to Nigerians on October the 1st. And then we're also going to look at the matter of Diezani, Alice Madueke, the case before the courts, and then the matter of the tragic incident that happened at Agho Palace yesterday, where a pregnant woman was killed, is another matter we'll be looking at, and that's where we're going to begin this morning. Tuesday was a tragic day in the Agho Palace area of Lagos after a vehicle being chased by an official of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASTMA, rammed into a tricycle, killing a pregnant woman and injured her two children. The tricycle operator was also killed in the accident. Witnesses allege that one of the LASTMA officials at Okota Roundabout was trying to take over the steering of the Toyota Sienna vehicle from the driver while in motion. It was alleged that the driver had violated traffic rules. The pregnant woman was said to be taking her children to school when tragedy struck. The incident sparked a protest as an irate mob descended on the LASTMA official. And the authorities of LASTMA have spoken in an interview saying that the driver of that vehicle, after he was apprehended for violating traffic rules, was trying to play smart by not going in the direction where he was supposed to go. He took another route, and that was where LASTMA official was trying to, take over the vehicle, so to speak, and in the process, the vehicle rammed into the tricycle where the pregnant woman was in, and the tricycle operator died on the spot, and the pregnant woman was taken to the hospital where she later passed. Her children are said to be in critical condition as we speak, and we can only hope that they recover. Reports said that when the husband got to the hospital, hearing the news, he collapsed. One can only imagine how things are with the family as we speak. Just innocently going on about your business, and someone decided to violate traffic rules, and this is happening. It's just an unfortunate incident. Okay.
Very unfortunate, and one can only imagine what the family could be going through. The story even goes on, well, the account I read goes on to say that in that Sienna vehicle, there was a police officer who was in that vehicle. He was trying to, the plan was that the driver of the Sienna vehicle was being taken to the LASTMA, the nearest LASTMA office, and so he was trying to guide him there. But as you said, the driver was proving smart and suddenly took another turn, which happens to be, a one-way, which is illegal in Lagos. And that was where the tragedy occurred. And we understand that the irate mob also took their fury on the police officer who was in the vehicle trying to effect the arrest. They took their fury on him. He too was injured. We also understand that the driver, the errant driver that was eventually apprehended, and it is such an outrageous story because LASTMA is also caught in the eye of the storm again, and it also puts into context, so to speak, or into another dispute as in where does LASTMA's role start and where does LASTMA's role stop. we've even seen road safety officials also, putting themselves in harm's way just to enforce traffic laws and, all of these issues, how bystanders, how innocent residents have to be caught in this kind of needless deaths and tragedies. It is indeed one very, very tragic incident, and how the government or the officials concerned are going to, dance their way around this, are going to bring out some form of clarity in this issue, because there's still so many, perplexing questions that many are asking. Of course, Nigerians also, we may also need to talk to ourselves about the issue of, fury, wrath. Understandably, many were furious at the happenings of yesterday, but, all the anger being perpetrated may just instead exacerbate the tensions there.
But, well, good enough, they were able to manage the situation and maintain law and order in that area yesterday. But we must also speak to these drivers, right? If you flout the rules and you're being arrested, why try to play smart? Because right now, someone has lost a member of his family.
Two people.
Two people, as it is. Why try to flout the rules? We see how they comport themselves on Lagos roads, how they constitute a nuisance on the roads where they are supposed to park. They don't park there. They'd rather come out of the roads to park, and they just flout the rules. I think it's high time that Lagos state government begin to really enforce these laws with these persons, because sometimes you beg the question as to, look at these yellow buses, what they are doing, obviously flouting certain rules. You see the traffic officials ignore them and come to you, a private driver, saying you have flouted a rule. Meanwhile,
it's right there in your face.
In your face, you can see, these persons actually flouting the rules, and nothing is being done. And so there is this level of audacity with which they carry out all of these activities. It must be said. That's the truth. They carry out some of these activities. Well, there are some reports to where people say that some of these buses are even owned by these persons trying to enforce these rules. We can't actually prove that case or confirm that, but we hear the stories. And so it has to be said that something has to be done. Bringing them to book, ensuring that the traffic laws is obeyed by everyone. No one is above the laws as it is, as we speak. Now that this family is in pain, what can we do about it? The dead is gone. How do we bring this person back? How do we ensure closure? Even if we say we are going to ensure justice, how about these people who are obviously flouting rules? If you break the law, you should be made to pay for it as it is. But unfortunately, these persons have become daring, and it seems like they can outsmart some of these persons. But if this will be one case that will send home a message that, okay, you cannot continue in this light, these persons can no longer continue in this light, I believe that the government should follow through, call them out, make them examples as it is moving forward. Enough is enough of all of these actions and inaction sometimes from traffic management authorities as it is.
We'll see how it goes, because naturally a family is grieving, or families are grieving now. Of course, this is a clear case of murder, and it is expected that the prosecution, the state government will swing into action. But perhaps this will also, or expectedly, this should also call for a house cleaning from all concerned to ensure enforcement of laws. And thankfully, the new Attorney General of the state has spoken to this issue, that he will press on in his mandate to ensure enforcement of the state's rules. And we hope that this would indeed, of course, our hearts are with the family, and we pray for the repose of his souls.
Deceased. All right.